Hello, hello. Here is my inspiration, a love potion drink. There's a lot of steps in this, so I crammed it down into 10 minutes. Come on. All right. So we're going to, of course, start with our raspberry puree for our cake. So you want to you can use fresh or frozen. I had a hard time finding fresh, so frozen is what we're working with. And you're just going to boil it until it reduces, which when it reduces, it'll look like literally you put nothing in there. That means you did it right. And of course, you want to stir it. Make sure it doesn't stick to your pot. But it's just boiling and boiling away. And as you see, it boiled a little bit more. And then here is the nothing I was talking about. And then you're going to put it in your fanciest container, something that can go in the fridge. And here we go. We're going to start with some cranberry sauce. This is going to be for the mousse for the cake. So you put your frozen cranberries, you put sugar in there, and you cook it down. And you just let it boil and boil and boil away. And then it'll look like this. And you put it in your blender. And you just get every bit you can in there. Blend it up. And blend, blend, blend. Bzzz. Is that what it sounds like? Anyways. So it'll look like this really thick paste, and cranberry sauce, if you don't add enough sugar to it, it tastes like disgustingness. I don't know how to explain it, but just put sugar in there until it gets to the consistency that you like, which is what I did. I added more sugar and I boiled it, and I checked the back of the spoon to make sure like it wasn't running all over the place. And then I poured it in here, and then I cooled this. And I moved along to my next thing, which was the sauce. After it cooled, I'm back. We got gelatin, but you're able to use powdered gelatin as well. And as far as this mousse, I had made it, and then I had to stop because I didn't have enough whipped cream for it. So I came back the next day, which you guys see now. I made the first mix. It wasn't thick enough, so I came back the next day, more heavy cream, and this time it came out perfection. But I just took some of the cream I had left over, and I'm just slowly adding that because this time I don't want it to over mix. I want it to be essentially a whipped cream. A little nice quick mousse for you. And you're just going to mix, 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 mix. And then it'll start looking like it'll get the stiff peaks that you're looking for. After you've mixed the life of it away, it looks like. And here we go. Look at that beauty. Woohoo. If it sticks on the spoon, that means it's perfect. It will slide because it's cream. So at this point, you want to take it out and you want to put it in the cooler or your fridge, depending on wherever you are. Most of us are at home. And I put a lid on it and I put it in my refrigerator until I was ready for it. And then I moved along to the next thing, which was the cake batter. So you're going to start with your softened butter and your sugar. No worries about the recipe. I will put it in the description for everything. Anyway, so you got all your flour, your dried mixture. And I whisk everything up with a spoon, and then I'm just checking back. You want to scrape your mixing bowl down. That is like a lifesaver for you, I promise. If you don't scrape it, then it's just going to be crazy. But you want to get your yolks in there first. You just mix your yolks until it's all combined. And then you're going to slowly start adding that raspberry puree you made earlier. It should be nice and chilled now. And you're just going to add that. You add all of it. The cake is a vanilla base, but you can put some flavor in it. It's delicious. And then you slowly add your flour, your dry ingredients. You kind of do a little alternating. Dry, wet, dry, wet. When you're alternating, you always want to start with your dry. It just comes together a little bit more. And of course, you want to scrape your bowl down and you want to keep it going. I was trying so hard, you guys, to keep my arms and things out of the camera. It is tough. After you do that, I'm just going to maneuver this to a bowl. Now, if you have two bowls, you don't have to do this step, but I only have one at home. And then you add your egg whites in there and you blend the lovely craps out of that until it gets stiff peaks. And once it gets stiff peaks, then you are just going to fold that into your other cake mix with your yolks. But you'll see. There we go. And you're just going to fold it. You want to fold it nice and gently. Over mixing it, it will just not come out right. And then I wasn't even in the camera, so I had to move over and move y'all over. How crazy. Anyways, so you're just folding, 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 and then voila, there you go. Now, I made cupcakes. You can definitely make a whole cake out of this, cupcakes, whatever your preference is. It's kind of your choice. It doesn't matter. Now, about this scoop, I hate it. I don't know where I purchased it from, but it was supposed to be for cookies, and it sucks. It doesn't even do great for this, but we work with what we got. But you just scoop all 12 of these. This batter is enough to make like 2 dozen, but I didn't need all that. I just needed 1 dozen. You want to pat it down just to make sure you get the air bubbles out, and then you put it in your oven. I think it's on 350, 320. I'm sorry, 325 for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then I remove it right away from the heat so that it doesn't continue to cook, because it is a vanilla base cake. And now we're going to start on our simple syrup. And I am doing a lime simple syrup. So it's just 1 part sugar, 1 part water. And I just threw that lime right up in there. You can squeeze the juices, but it's all cooking, so it's kind of useless. But you mix it, you let it boil. And then once all the sugar is dissolved, then you just put it in a container. I drop my lime right in there so it can cool with the simple syrup. And then you just pull it right in the cooler. And here we are assembling. So that mousse that we made, that cranberry mousse, I put in a piping bag. And I'm just going to literally put it in the middle of this cupcake. Oh, so I did simple syrup these cupcakes, but I did it off screen. I just don't know what happened to that footage. I do apologize, but here we are. So I just put this cream right in the middle of everything, the mousse. I almost lost one. Oh my goodness. Anyways, here we go. So after I did this, then I got the buttercream. The buttercream is a simple cream cheese mixture. I didn't show it because I have lots of videos with buttercream. But this one's a butter, powdered sugar, and then it has vodka and grenadine in there. And then I decorated with a stick because it was a drink originally. And then I put a little raspberry on top for beauty. And then I was all done with it. I snapped a few pictures. Y'all, I didn't know what picture I wanted to work with, so I played around and here we are. Anyways, thanks for watching. Oh, I enjoy making these for you guys. I hope you guys like them. And if you end up making this and the drink, please just tag me, let me know. As always, thank you. And this was so delicious. But thanks as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.